What's happening? It's Podcast Unlocked, episode number 149, the almost awesome 150.
Yeah.
But we are in an awesome place, E3. This is far and away the nicest Podcast Unlocked will ever look.
And all of our fans are here.
All of our fans are here. Darren Brazil, our one fan.
Yeah. This theater is haunted.
Yeah. You can hear it.
This theater is terrifying.
I've seen. So
I wouldn't say haunted so much as it is literally a crime scene.
People have been calling for full video episodes of Podcast Unlocked for a while. So this one is full video podcast.
Got it.
Also full audio too, which I'm sure many of you are listening. Obviously, if you are like, "Hey, is this on video?" Because I'm listening on audio.
I don't want no vodcast.
Yeah, be sure to check it out on video because we're on our E3 live show set. It feels good to be sitting here not wearing a suit. I'm comfortable.
That's true.
now.
Man, you suited up to the nines for Microsoft.
Yeah.
I got to keep up with Greg and Damon.
Yeah.
Those guys are they bring it.
Damon wore a camouflage jacket.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, a
Shirt with a
jacket.
cap
Wait,
on
Damon was there? I just saw like trees and everything in the background.
So this is Podcast Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox podcast. Here at E3 from Los Angeles. We're doing the show remotely. We're on location.
Yeah. Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
Production values, y'all.
I know.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Not in the hotel room.
I think this rundown theater is nicer than my hotel room this
bit.
week, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain. I'm barely in it. I'm out and about everywhere.
Playing
E3
some
is fun.
games.
I'm Ryan McCaffrey. To my immediate left, Marty Sleva.
Hello, everybody.
Mitch Dyer.
Greetings.
Destin Legary, but
Hello.
the lower thirds probably already told you that at the top of the show.
They'll figure it out.
So, guys, we are here at E3. Obviously, this is the biggest. This is Christmas. Yesterday,
Jeez.
Monday was
Yeah.
Christmas. And so I want to start with your conference thoughts on Microsoft. What did you think of what Microsoft had to say? And, Phil Spencer said it was going to be games, games, games.
He didn't
You're
lie.
a man of your word.
He did not lie. Yeah, that was. It was quite literally 90 minutes of games, which I thought was great. I mean, that's exactly what they needed. They got all the, they got stuff about price drops and about apps and updates and everything out beforehand, which was really wise. And especially in hindsight, after seeing Sony, it was extremely wise because they didn't have a lull in the middle, and they assaulted us with games, and I loved it. It was games. It was all sorts of games. It was exclusives. It was indies. It was
They're
third-party
back
games.
to opening with Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, I like that Call of Duty demo.
Yeah.
No, I did too. I was just saying they usually open the show with Call of Duty.
And they did
Sticking with
again.
tradition.
I lost $1 of Bernie Burns' money to Greg Miller.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Is that a math problem?
Just forget it. Forget about it. Yes.
Could you bet some of Bernie's money my way?
Maybe next year. But so what was your favorite game of Microsoft's showing, guys? Destin, I'll start with you.
Oh boy, put on the spot.
All right, Mitch, I'll start with you. Crackdown.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why?
Good choice.
Why? Because I'm just happy to see that game again, honestly. I know it was just a CGI trailer, but it gives us an idea of what they're going to go for with gameplay, and that's explosions.
And
That's what made the first game great, right? You pile up all the cars, and you just put a bunch of grenades on them, then blow them up. And it was beautiful.
Mitch and I just did a Rewind Theater a little while ago about that trailer, and the one thing we're both really hoping for is like battlefield levels of destructibility in the environments. Like if that's an actual thing, if
that's what they showed.
if I can find that skyscraper and just tear it down.
four people teaming up to take out a building. With
And I love that sort of fun cartoony art style.
Well, it's actually, I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Because the art style was clearly evocative of the first game, the more like just darker nighttime, the neon look. There was nary a zombie or anything to be found. Everybody, Crackdown 2, widely regarded. Microsoft would say it was a misstep.
It's almost like Dave Jones is back in charge.
It's almost like he is because he is.
Whoa. Davy Jones.
Davy Jones has come out of his locker.
DJ, they call him.
Was the announcer the same guy?
Nice.
Was the announcer the same guy from the first game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
same agent.
Yeah.
Time to do things.
Yeah, time to suit up.
That's my favorite objective, is just do things.
Do things, agent. But 4-player co-op campaign. They showed that. I hope we'll see. So the one player was driving the semi-truck.
Yeah.
With a million sticky grenades on it.
Yeah, and what I'm hoping is that it's like Crackdown 1 where as you level, your vehicles level up too.
Yeah.
Remember that? When you would get in a car and it would, because you were badass, it would transform into a better version of itself.
I completely forgot about that.
I forgot
That is
that
such a cool feature.
God, Crackdown was so good.
It was and it wasn't. It was a great idea.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I gave it a 7, which Microsoft Game Studios president Shane Kim never failed to give me crap for. Every time he saw me thereafter, it was like, Crackdown a 7, huh? I was like, yeah, it was 5 hours of awesome, and then that over and over.
Well,
and
where's
then,
Shane now?
Huh? Where is he? He's retired and living fat off of 20-something years of
We got his
Microsoft
Crackdown money. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about Shane Kim. Where's Jay Allard? That's the bigger question.
I thought we could go one episode about him or
Ghost
that.
of Jay Allard is somewhere in this
He's in
time.
here. He's
About
haunting
him
this
or that
place.
dumb
But,
cat.
but yeah, so yeah, Crackdown
Yep.
was it for you. And that was their closer. That was what they sort of, they went with that and then a sizzle reel. I guess I'll just go ahead and bring it up now while we're on the subject of the end of their conference. I thought that was, if Phil Spencer was a boxer, he was just relentlessly pummeling the opponent, being in this weird metaphor, the audience. It just game.
Everyone walks out with black eyes. Scott Lowe has a bloody lip. Lucy's limping.
But I really thought there would be a cinematic Halo 5 CG trailer as that uppercut knockout punch to close the trailer.
You
and
kind of
it
got
didn't.
that with Master Chief Collection, though.
But
that
that
trailer
was,
had the CG.
it had a hint of red team, blue team running at each other. And it did also say, by the way, arena multiplayer, which is key because that's sort of what the first 3 Halo games were arena multiplayer, where it was go fight for the power weapons. It wasn't like Halo 4 where you had, or Reach, where you started with a loadout. So I do wonder if if the word arena is a hint. I may be looking way too much.
Yeah,
into
I thought the
that'd be
first
cool.
thing that we saw in that CG trailer was an armor ability.
Well, no, they said they have new abilities, but not armor abilities.
Interesting.
Different thing.
Interesting.
One thing I really liked, you said he really pummeled the crowd, but he was really classy the whole time.
He was.
didn't pull any, he didn't talk smack or anything.
He
about
did
anybody.
mention
And
Sony and Nintendo at the
at the
top.
beginning, in
Yeah.
terms of, hey, this is a week for games. Like, this is a week for rad games, and we've seen rad games on every console.
Yeah.
And
I really
thought
respected that.
And those little interludes of developers and celebrities saying what their favorite game was.
Right.
You had Nintendo games.
Whereas,
you had
I
PC games
know
get
we're
brought
an
up.
Xbox podcast and we're not here to start fanboy wars, but yeah, it's like the Sony conference. Last year they were big with they shanked Microsoft a couple times, and even this year they took the little jab with the camera thing in their conference, and also they took a shot at EA too. So they were
that was
blowing
weird, right? It's like, hey, they make games for your platform. What are you
Why can't
doing?
we just enjoy, celebrate the PlayStation as a platform rather than, I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Destin. I think Phil Spencer did a great job of just keeping classy San Diego.
Yeah.
But
I like
it was
that a
just
lot.
one after another. There were such awesome games. I mean, seeing obviously it was a very early CG trailer. This game's not coming out for a while, but Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Big surprise.
That got everyone really excited. The
I didn't
Sunset
know what it was for a while.
Yeah, the Sunset Overdrive demo was great. I mean, it was after sort of very serious, grim shooters. It was nice to have something to sort of poke fun at that.
It was so meta too.
Yeah, and it was so
great.
that was Insomniac getting back to Ratchet and Clank days. It's sort of like the non-resistance or Fuse or whatever that game was called. We don't remember what that game was
No,
called.
Ted Price forgot.
Yeah, I mean that stuff was great. I loved the going to the indies. I loved Inside. The follow up to Limbo.
Inside.
Which I don't want to say I called last week.
That's
but I don't know
my-
called last
So
week.
I
there was
started
a lot of
clapping
Yeah.
as soon as I saw Play Dead.
Yep. Top 3 for me out of the Microsoft conference: Master Chief Collection, which I was excited about as it is, but I was lucky enough I got to see it ahead of time, so it wasn't a super surprise to me and it also leaked out anyway, time and time again. So imagine if that game hadn't leaked at all and it had just been a shocker on stage. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mitch would have jumped out of the building.
But yeah, I think Master Chief Collection, Crackdown for me, and Inside were the 3 super clear. I mean, at first I thought Inside might have been Limbo too, because it was sort of a similar
Black and white, little
style,
blur,
little color, red. We had red,
a
some
color.
tones.
I'm very happy to see that studio, present something finally. It's been a long time.
For
and
4 years or
I
more?
interviewed them 2 years ago, and they were like, "Yeah, we are thinking about maybe doing something. I don't know."
I mean,
They
if
were
it's,
so
if
big.
it's like a handful of dudes and they made a lot of money off Limbo,
Yeah.
chill out.
time.
Ori and the Blind Forest, guys. This was
good
another
surprise.
digital download.
Yeah.
Did either of you happen to play this
Haven't
yet?
yet, no.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Great. I got to play it. I really liked it. It's a puzzle platformer.
Yep.
Smart, colorful.
Yeah,
really
great art
liked it a lot.
style. Really strong
Quick,
art style.
cool story about the developers on this game, Moon Studios, which I didn't know until I was waiting in line to play the game at the Microsoft event last night. And so one of the developers was standing there. He said hello to me as we started talking a little bit, a guy named Thomas. And it's like, so it's like, where are you guys based out of? You're a new studio? It's like, well, we're actually not based out of anywhere.
They're in space?
Sort of. They all live in different places.
Oh, that's cool.
And they just work on the game and, put it together.
It's fun. Yeah, I've heard a handful of indie studios recently have said that, and I feel like that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a...
Some of the guys making Rust are doing it.
Some of the guys making... Why do you always have to bring up Rust? You can bring up Dota 2. Dota 2 also.
Well, and you've got to figure Microsoft doesn't mind backing that game, so it's like, well, that's way lower costs for us. If we don't have to we don't have to pay for a studio.
Yeah, it's like a dude in Portland, this guy in Tallahassee.
No HR,
exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, that game looks really cool. I guess we should say we're recording on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
The first open night of the show, so we haven't got to see everything that we've wanted to see.
Correct.
Like I'm seeing Fable tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I played it last night. I guess we'll hit it now since you brought it up. What did you guys, before I talk, what did you guys think of it in the conference?
So conceptually, I always thought Fable Legends sounded really cool. The first demo last year looked kind of weak.
Was that at Gamescom?
But I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea of playing a villain and kind of setting up traps for these heroes sounded great. What was always missing is, okay, but what am I doing as a hero? And seeing that trailer, once again, I was like, great! This mechanic looks awesome. I love fighting these things in real time that somebody's sending at me, and the cooperative elements look really interesting. But again, like, what is this story? Because I like Fable for the characters. And then you and I talked, and that was kind of exactly your point.
Yeah.
I'm still not excited for it. I mean, it looks fine, 4-player, cooperative, you're fighting a villain of some sort, but it's just not doing anything for me.
Yeah, I love Fable.
I love Fable 2, and I like Fable 3. I wanted another single-player Fable.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not making me happy at all.
Yeah.
If it were not called Fable, would you?
I would have less of a problem
So
with
it's called Dungeon Master or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I will say that's definitely part of the problem for me. Again, we've talked about it before, but there's that line, man. I appreciate developers trying to do something new with a franchise and not trying to do the same thing over and over. And it's a can't win. It's almost like a can't win situation because we do the same thing over and over again, we get knocked for it. We try something new and fail, we get knocked for it. There's just that, so there's the smaller chance that they're just going to try something and it's awesome. But yeah, and I'm just not feeling it. It's, for me, what I love about Fable is the charm of the world. Is I genuinely feel like bonded to the dog, my dog in the game that's going off and helping me and digging up treasure and stuff, and I like the story and just the world of Albion is an awesome place to explore, and there's none of that. There's not, and also being able to be a hero or a villain, be good or evil, be who I want to be in Fable. And in this game, again, there's none of that. You pick a set class who's pre-designed, who's pre-everything, just a turnkey character, and then one of you gets to be the villain, where it's like a pseudo real-time strategy game. It's a D&D mod. It's a Fable D&D module. Yeah. And I'm not saying that's a bad game, but that's just not what I want from Fable.
It's not Fable.
I mean, I played a little villain last night, and I played another round of hero, and I can't get excited about that game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it's not
doing it for you
working.
yet.
It's not working for me.
I think Mitch hit it on the head when he said conceptually it's super cool. It's what Zombie U did. It's what Watch Dogs app does. And I think if there's a creative, sort of maniacal person on the other end, that can be really cool. But if the person on the other end isn't very good at what they're doing, it's going to be really boring. Or if they're too good at what they're doing, it's going to be really boring. I'm with you in that camp. I want to play more of it, but as of right now, I just still want Fable 4.
Dance Central Spotlight. You guys happy to see this back?
Oh, yeah.
I like Dance Central a lot.
You can't not like Dance Central. This, I feel...
The guys from Footloose don't like Dance Central because they banned dancing from their town.
That's true. Yeah. That is a fact.
That was a movie
That is a truth fact.
Yeah.
Did Yubi talk a little bit of smack about Dance Central?
I don't know. I might have missed that.
So they were presenting Just Dance, and they said something like, we were first, or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. But Dance Central should have been a launch game last year, so I'm glad it's here now. It would have been a nice thing to have on Kinect at launch when there was nothing else for Kinect.
It kind of sucks that it's on Kinect now that everyone's not
now
have
Kinect.
I bet that game will be bundled with Kinect when they sell it standalone. That would be the game.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Kinect, $120, you get, you know,
Machine
Dance Central.
and Dance Central.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So this is out now. Just 2 seconds on this, guys. What did you think of the Dead Rising 3 Super
I want to
Ultra
play that
arcade
game now.
thing?
Super fun announcement. I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
Dead Rising 3 is not for me, but it's like a bunch of really awesome costumes and powers
And
and
it's
co-op.
it's Capcom deep cuts.
Yeah.
You got Onimusha, you got Dino Crisis.
Yep.
I never thought I'd see
Yep.
those two again.
Hagar.
Yeah,
I
Hagar.
didn't have any interest in Dead Rising 3 until I saw that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's totally wacky now.
Yeah, and I like its
kind of
big,
want to
dumb,
go into
long
that
name.
world.
Yeah.
And,
right, like Turbo
play that way.
Ultramax, Super
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
Rising 3.
Yeah, that's cool.
Making fun of themselves. I like
Yeah.
that they can do that.
And then the only other Kinect game at the entire thing was another Harmonix game, Disney Fantasia Music Evolved, out in October, I believe it was.
That month is
I think
October.
really
The busiest
show
month
it.
of all time.
Did they?
What?
Did they
No,
show
they
it
just
on
passingly
stage?
mentioned
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So do we care? Do you guys?
About Fantasia?
Yeah.
Fantasia is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch, you sold me on it a while ago, just saying, like, it seems like sort of that weird, serene, it's like flower combined with the music that I want to hear.
Yeah,
and it's motion
in weird
based.
remix ways.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Harmonix is not, they don't mess around when it comes to rhythm games.
That is true.
It's a really hard, abstract game to try to describe mechanically, but it really works in practice.
And then, one more thing I want to touch on, because this upset me. I want to see if I'm just crazy. But so Project Spark was shown again, even though it was shown last year.
I know what you're going to say.
And it's, I guess it's officially releasing soon. It's been in open beta or closed beta. I don't know, some sort of beta. At the end, they're doing a Conquer pack.
What is it?
I guess just Conquer stuff that you can build with, like so maybe the world, maybe you can make a giant Mighty Pooh or something and a Conquer, but
It was the great Mighty Pooh.
It was like a big F you to Conquer fans. That's what I thought.
Well, Conquer is
with
a
you.
big F you to Conquer fans. Conquer is.
no, stop it.
I'm gonna
People
I'm gonna
like
go out
that
there and say
game.
Conquer is the dumbest character Rare has ever created,
Yes.
and they got grabbed by the spooky ghoulies, and they got whether those talking cars were on the N64, the dump truck game, Blast Core.
Oh, God.
That was fun.
They had Perfect Dark Zero. They got the dumb Connect stuff. Conquer's an idiot.
You stop it.
No, I'm with Marty. Conquer blows.
Conquer is like attitude. Conquer is the worst thing about the late '90s. Conquer is
the best way to
the.
describe.
Did you play Conquer's Bad Fur
Yes,
Day?
I did.
As a child, I thought it was childish.
I played it as exactly.
It is a bunch of funny parodies of
It is
pop-
It's such-
low-hanging
it is
fruit.
exactly.
It is an Austin Powers
Well, in any
movie.
The
case,
fact that people like it though, and that they're taking that character and just shoving him into Project
like, well,
Spark.
no.
What does that do for Spark? And what does that do for the fans of the game?
it's,
Nothing.
hey, Conquer is back, but you have to play this not horrible, this creation game you don't care about.
Yeah.
In order to get, it's like, no, that's,
It was weird that we had 3 creation games at the Major 3.
well, that and,
LBP, Mario Maker, and
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
that was my
Mario Maker's good.
least favorite trend at E3. I don't know if you can call two things a trend, but Conquer in Project Spark, no.
Big trend.
And The Last of Us in Diablo 3.
Oh, both
yeah.
of those are. Both of those are. Okay, just let me say though, if Banjo and Kazooie were in Project Spark, I would quit and work on whatever that team is, like the Sparksters or whatever.
Sparkster. Team Dakota.
Please tell me that's their name.
So there were some
What-
other cool announcements though. There was Kamiya's game.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
we'll
get
get
too
to
far
that. We're
ahead.
going to talk about Xbox 2015 in a little bit in the show.
Ooh.
But, so real quick to recap, what would you grade Microsoft's conference, guys?
On the IGN scale or on school?
So how about let's just go school scale for simplicity. Mitch,
Well, in Canada, we have satisfactory and not
Oh, get outta here.
satisfactory and fail.
I went to.
So
It was satisfactory.
it was satisfactory.
We had one
No, I
through
thought
4 when I was in.
I thought it was really, really good. It was games from top to bottom. It's a lot of games I wanted to hear about. There was some, like, all right, I don't care moments, but overall I thought it was fantastic.
so
B plus, A minus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
I'm
in
right in
line with my thoughts?
I'm right in between A minus B plus. I think it was the best.
there
of it.
isn't anything between B plus and A minus.
Oh, it's
And
A
what
minus minus or B plus minus.
B plus
B plus plus.
That's
B
not a
plus plus.
thing.
That is a thing in Wisconsin. Yeah, to me it was the best. It was the first and the best of the 4.5 conferences.
Destin?
Just a solid B.
Yeah.
I think there were a few lulls, like just things that didn't
Lulls.
interest me as much. But yeah, just a B.
Yeah. A minus for me, my severe disappointment, not severe, but my main criticism, if it were, is a lack of a Halo 5 trailer lack of a huge closer.
They needed
Conquer.
a gameplay uppercut at the end. You know. gameplay trailer.
The fact that it was
Big
just
ending.
games was so good. I almost want to go to an A just because they didn't put any of that BS in
It
there.
flew
That's
by.
true.
We were sitting there, we're covering.
Yeah, I was bummed out when it was over.
It was so quick. I was like, wait, it's been an hour and a half already? Wow. So those are our post-conference thoughts. And now, gentlemen, let's talk about third-party stuff that we're seeing this week. It's basically 3 main segments here on Unlock this week. We're going to talk third-party now, and then we'll close up. Well, 2 things. We'll talk about 2015 stuff and beyond, post-2014 Xbox. And then, and everybody's game of the show pick so far, subject to change because we're still in the middle of E3.
Yeah.
Conquer.
But I want to start with, I've just got a list of some third-party games here. Some major third-party games.
That's us.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Woo!
Yay, nay?
Yeah, impressive.
Yeah, I thought it had a great showing at both Microsoft and it was at Microsoft and not Sony. That's kind of surprising.
Unlike last year.
Interesting turn of events.
Yeah, and
incredibly gorgeous. Both the technology and the art direction too.
The sheer amount of NPCs that you wade through was amazing.
That town
I can't
square
believe that worked.
crazy.
Yeah.
And not to, I don't want to toot my own horn, but we did a making
Marty
of.
was right.
Hashtag no, we did a making of piece.
We did.
That a bunch of us worked really hard on.
Part one's live.
Yeah, part one's live.
And it's fantastic.
It's sort of the making of that demo. It's like 15 minutes. We're talking to Montreal. We're talking to Toronto. Jade Raymond makes an appearance. A rare Jade
How's she
Raymond
been?
appearance. She's been good.
She's making an Assassin's Creed game
she
again.
said hi.
Oh.
I wasn't even there. That piece is really good. Yeah, I think Unity's going to be really exciting. And Xbox is the lead SKU. So my thought was,
it's the lead marketing SKU. It's not actually the lead development SKU.
Excuse me. Lead marketing SKU. And also, when I played it at the Ubisoft event, that was also last night, it was on Xbox One for the first time. It was Xbox One for the first time. A guy next to me asked a representative, so does this mean that the 60 minutes of exclusive content garbage that always comes with a game is coming to Xbox now? And he's like, no, we're not doing that. And I'm like,
Microsoft
anymore?
The check.
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know if that guy just didn't know what he was talking about. It was LeVar Burton.
That was your celebrity encounter this week.
Yeah, I was in line to play
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
AC Unity,
Geordie LaForge,
and reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
And
at the Microsoft event, I ran into the cast of Silicon Valley from HBO.
Wow.
There you go. We're in LA.
Our Nintendo team ran into Conan O'Brien on the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Team Coco, hashtag.
Yeah.
I seriously missed it by 2 minutes. And he was like, I just met Conan. I'm like, he's like my idol. Like, why are you torturing
You
me?
took time off of work to go to a Conan taping.
Yes,
Wow.
I did.
You're a super fan.
I'm a huge fan of Conan.
All right, so LA celebrity encounters aside.
Yeah.
Classic Unlocked derail.
Alien Isolation. Yeah. I got to play it before E3, loved it.
Yep.
They're doing some new mode.
I haven't seen yet.
Scott Lowe was playing it. He played it with VR. And said it was
oh my God! I need that in my life.
He said it adds to that kind of constrained.
It feels like you're in a spacesuit almost.
Well,
I saw
Kirsten.
I need to go.
You have limited vision, right? Like it is not like a game where you have this wide, massive field of view. It's like, nope, I can see this.
Wow,
that's it. And then you have to actually look around.
That
to
is
see
cool.
This alien.
I don't want
that. But I actually did play it.
I
played. It was about a 1 hour demo or chunk of it. I played on Xbox One, which looked great. Everything, it's just the same as it does on anything else.
Was it different than what we've seen already?
It was. It was a new piece, different from the when we did the How Scary is. It was a new section of the game, and I jumped once. It totally got me one time, but yeah, there were. I want to be careful of spoilers, but I guess I described it in the article. There are other human beings around that are not your friends.
Okay.
So there are some interesting things you can do with or to those people as it pertains to the alien as you're trying to escape. Maybe. So yeah, I really had a good time with it. Check out my preview on IGN.
Yep.
It's probably best at this point. There's so much E3 content on IGN. Just Google IGN Alien Isolation.
Search E3 2014. I've realized that you have to search E3 2014 or you're going to get a bunch of Google results there.
Or you can just go to ign.com/E3.
That helps. Let's see. Next on the list is Battlefield. We've covered this to death already on IGN. Yeah.
Mitch and I got to play quite a bit of it
Yeah.
at an event last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, recently.
The game's cool. I'm really excited for the single player.
Me too.
I like that Cops and Robbers.
Yeah.
Battlefield Cops and Robbers.
Yeah. It's like Bad Boys.
Yep.
It would be even better if one of the characters, it's Battlefield Hardline. one of the characters' last names, like your protagonist, should be Hardline. That should be your name.
Oh, God.
Battle, I'm Hardline.
John C. Hardline?
John C. Hardline. And my partner, Marty McCastle.
Ooh, I like that name.
Yeah, you like that?
That was my mom's
The
maiden
moment
name.
I'm down.
that really sold me on that game was taking down the crane. The crane smashed into the building, smashed into the other
See,
one,
that's-
and it
that's
totally
an-
changes
It's an
the
event that
playing field.
happens.
I mean, it's
Is it
a
a
multiplayer
revolution,
map.
or is that?
Can we not use that word?
That's what they call it.
That's not what we
it's
call it.
referred to by the developers.
We had a loud.
Let's get your,
Is it the same
get your
thing?
drive-a-tar and get out of here. Yeah, I mean, it's in that one downtown LA multiplayer map. That is a thing that can happen and inevitably happens
Yeah,
in every match.
it's triggered.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to like break the cables holding it
Yeah.
up. It's like every
But
other.
it's cool. It does. It actively changes the map.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the multiplayer is really fun. Really excited for the single player. I like the fact that I think they were talking about it in the live show. I like the fact that this year Call of Duty and Battlefield are different. They feel different.
With new teams.
Yeah, they feel two different
like
things. Two different teams that come from the same place.
yeah.
Bay
They come
Area.
from
No.
I mean, they both
Dead
come
Space.
from Dead Space.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that.
the Dead Space
Sledgehammer and
teams.
Visceral.
Yeah, it's like Glenn and Michael from Sledge, and Ian and Steve, and
Who all worked on Dead Space
they
together.
all made Dead Space.
Yeah,
Those are
that
the
is
guys.
true.
Those are the four dudes, and they're making their competitive shooters as well.
Can we talk about golf and the golf evolutions next?
That PGA Tour 15 trailer was awesome.
Oh, I'm all for that. You saw that, right?
I didn't see it.
Oh,
you
so
didn't?
it's
I was off.
Do you know the plot twist here?
Nope.
so you hit a golf ball on an island and right through the air. Oh my God! A gigantic battleship just crashes through the island.
We're not kidding.
The
That happened.
plot twist is that you're golfing on Paracel Storm from Battlefield 4.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
That's PGA Tour, huh? Yeah. So we can look for Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods to be
Golfing
doing
on
that in
Paracel
real
Storm.
life next
Yeah.
week.
Golfing on Paris Hilton.
I thought it's a cool twist for golf
Only
fans.
on Frostbite.
There's a balls in your mouth joke here. Just waiting to be made.
Ah!
We'll just move on. So yeah, we talked about Call of Duty also getting the marketing partnership continues. It'll be the timed DLC first on
There was
Xbox.
a lot of that. Dragon Age, the Division as
Yes.
well. Yeah, lots
Destiny
of-
had the beta thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Destiny.
Wow.
Guys, we just put a huge ton of stuff up.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
actually pretty much all in one article. There are a bunch of videos. Destin, you did one of them that are all embedded in my big long preview. So search that out.
I was absolutely blown away by Destiny.
I
I had a
did.
lot of doubts going into that game, and then I got to play it, and it's like everything I love about Final Fantasy, everything I love about Borderlands, Final Fantasy 14. Oh. Everything I love about Borderlands.
My interest went from maybe I'm interested to oh no.
You don't like Borderlands?
I like
Not super
Andrew.
into Borderlands.
Okay. Well, I love both those games, and
Well,
it
there are
kind of
definitely
brought
bits
those
of Halo
together.
in here too.
And then, yeah, the controls and multiplayer of Halo. And
I'm gonna
it
go
just
check it out
works.
this week. I'm excited to finally like really sit down and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you put in a ton of time.
Yeah, by the time when you jump into the alpha, for some of you may get to play the alpha that's happening on PS4, and then of course the beta is coming to PS4 and Xbox One in July, whatever they said it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no context, at least in the alpha. The alpha is not the beginning of the game, so you're just kind of thrown in. You're like, okay, I don't know like where I am or what really any of this is or who any of these people are or these creatures are. But as you start to sort of get it a little bit, and then you start to dig deep into the mechanics of leveling up and upgrading your gear and finding stuff and taking it back to the tower to have it identified and equip it. And I'm now like, Destiny is awesome. Yeah,
I'm really excited to hear that.
I'm really, really stoked about it.
This
I'm excited.
pleases me.
Yeah, I'm excited to play the beta. Excited to play the game in September. So yeah, I know we were all like on the show. We've been sort of lukewarm. It's just because they haven't given us
They haven't
enough
done
of
a
a chunk
great
to
job
play.
of showing it.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So now I'm glad that you guys seem to be really digging the alpha. And
Yeah.
excited for the beta.
Dragon Age. Do you guys play it yet?
Not yet. Doing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good. Okay,
Cannot
so we'll
wait.
talk about that on next
Steve
week's
came
show.
back from that demo just glowing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh,
Man, that and Witcher seem like they're
they were
they're
too
going
close.
after that same slice of the pie.
Well,
Yeah.
but so all right, one's out in October. Then you've got
which is
4 months.
February.
4
Yeah.
months to finish
That's
Dragon
perfect
Age.
because it will take me at
It's
least that
huge.
long.
Yeah.
It's going to be a massive game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you
Witcher looked great too.
do you play Dragon Age, or you just wait a little longer and just do Witcher? Do you try and do both?
I think you can do both.
I'm doing
I mean, the
both.
problem is October is terrifying.
Yeah.
Evolve.
Even with the big games that have gotten delayed, even with
Batman.
Batman being like, "Hey, I'm bouncing by
Yeah.
guys." You still AC got the October 28th release date.
Hardline
You know, we
is
have
October
Evolve.
20th.
Sunset Overdrive is
Sunset
October
Overdrive.
28th,
Jesus
too.
Christ.
Assassin's Creed
Fantasia.
is November.
No,
It's
October 28th.
also October
Yeah.
28th.
Oh,
yeah.
Hashtag Drive Club.
That's
That might not get played by me for a little while.
yeah, it's nuts. Let's talk real quick. I mean, I guess we covered off on this bit on IGN already, but quickly, Evolve, Marty. It's on your short list for Game of the Show, which we'll talk about soon.
Yep, on my short list for Game of the Show. I've played it a lot. I played it at the reveal event with Goliath, the first sort of King Kong reptilian monster. And then I got to play a ton with the new monster, Kraken, who I described as a flying Cthulhu wizard.
So good.
My favorite thing.
Yeah, that game is really good. And I'm not that into competitive shooters.
Yeah.
Like I play Call of Duty for the single player. But man, that feels good. 1 on 4 feels so good. No, doesn't matter if you're one of the 4 or the 1. Yeah, and I'm excited. I mean, there's one more monster to be revealed, 4 more human characters.
One more set.
One more set. Yeah,
hunters,
yeah. And a bunch of maps. And this is one of the rare games where I'm just like, bring on that DLC. Like, just here's my
Take all my money,
here's my
yeah.
social security card. Just keep feeding it to me. Yeah, super stoked.
Far Cry, Mitch, talk to me.
Definitely a Far Cry game, but a really smart one. Riding an elephant through a base and causing a mess.
The villain is absolutely, he's the Heath Ledger Joker.
Man.
He's
At
Troy
least
Baker.
from what they showed.
It's Troy Baker.
Yeah, it's Troy Baker doing his best impersonation of like a Joker boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, he already did Joker in the last game, so
yeah, I mean, even separate from that, like that character he just has that like calm psychopath vibe to him.
Love that.
Really like Pagan Min.
Love that. Yeah, not enough games have good villains. Far Cry's nailed it.
I played a, what do you call them? Fortress.
Yeah, Fortress.
Oh yeah.
And you can play it 3 different ways. Riding in on an elephant, guns blazing,
Yeah.
which I want to go back and try.
Yep.
You can fly in, like with some sort of
The
helicopter thing. Or I went with stealth, because I just love to
And those
try
are just presets for that
Those
demo.
were
Like, that's-
presets,
You can
yeah.
do this any number of ways.
Yeah, and I managed to get through it successfully with my crossbow gun.
Nice.
Got every one of those fools.
Did you guys
with
get
no
any
alarms.
like hint of the story? Like what?
No, I talked to the narrative designer a little bit, and it's basically like AJ Gale, the main character, has gone to Kirat to basically like spread his mother's ashes.
His name's AJ.
AJ Gale.
I don't like the name AJ.
I know. And then there's some kind of connection between him and Pagan Min.
Dorothy Gale.
Dorothy Gale. Pagan Min has some kind of very close affiliation with his family. That's why he's expecting you in the beginning cutscene there in that first 5 minutes we saw during the press conference. It's why he feels close to you, and from there it's basically just you dealing with this psychopath.
So are you as typical Mitch excited for Far Cry 4 after playing it?
Yeah, I mean, I was on board the moment that I found out it existed, and short of them doing something to just ruin the formula, which they have not done, I am fully on board.
Okay, you're gonna hear it here. Podcast Unlocked Scoop. Pagan is AJ from the future.
I hate you.
That's gonna happen.
I hate you so much.
Not unexpected. We saw it at the Sony conference, but it's absolutely day and date with Xbox One as well. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Woo!
Yes.
Your
Yep.
GTA Online character will import straight into the Xbox One version, should you decide to plunk down for it. I am
My character that constantly reset every time I tried to play.
I'm 100%
It'll
down
import.
for rolling through GTA 5 some more with better, 1080p, better frame rate,
Yeah.
and hopefully some better texture quality as well.
Fraud.
Yeah, I was sort of, I wouldn't say lukewarm, just like I didn't invest the time I usually invest into a GTA game
Yeah.
into 5. And I think it was always because I had this in the back of my mind. So when I saw that Sony conference, I'm like, all right, cool.
So by the way,
I'll do
that's
that.
another fall. They just said
Jeez,
fall.
don't release
it's going to
that
be
now.
October,
Oh, God,
isn't
it's
it?
gonna be October.
Don't.
It's going to be October, you guys.
Yeah.
Even if it's November, it's like it's still too many games.
Do you think it'll, too many games? Do you think it'll launch alongside DLC?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's-
yeah, that'd be good
they-
timing.
they've
There
got
is
their-
story DLC coming supposedly in the summer, which I totally forgot is ending.
Yeah,
in
they
the next
can't.
couple
They're
months.
not just going to release.
Summer literally has not begun yet.
Really?
Summer
What?
starts
June?
on June
June 20th.
21st.
Tired. I forgot. I straight thought we were in
I don't know.
July
Maybe in
right now.
Canada that's the summer, but yeah, there's no way that GTA 5 releases as a straight port. There will be new content. I'm sure
Wow.
of it. I'm sure of it. It would be strange to have it just be
I agree.
the same thing a year later. Quickly here. What else?
Quick.
Middle Earth, Marty.
Yeah, I got to play. I went to the WB booth today. and I got to
Shadow
play
of the Mordors.
Shadow of the Mordors. Yeah, so that Nemesis system they keep talking about, really hard to explain, but really cool. Bad guys hold grudges, and you can kind of wisely pit different bad guys against each other, and they level up and do things on their own separately, like sort of Urukai like generals. If one of them kills you, he like levels up and becomes stronger, and then all of a sudden the world like time passes, and you see, oh, this one usurped this one, and this one, you know, he got knocked down a peg, so he's here. So it's a really cool, I don't know, a really cool dynamic that sort of reminded me to bring up Far Cry 2 as we always do, as the way that you could sort of interact and pit NPCs against each other.
Yeah.
But also, like, as you play the game, I hate doing it's this plus this, but the movement is 100% Assassin's Creed. The combat is 100% Batman, and your special attacks are 100% Corvo from Dishonored. So which is fine. Those are three things I really like. Yep. So that's cool.
That's a soup that I'm gonna lap up.
Yeah, but I just hope it's not one of those soups where it's like, oh, here's chocolate, and then here's chicken soup, and then here's money. It's like, well, I like all three of those things, but please don't put money in my soup. Have you ever had money soup?
I would love some money soup.
I don't know. Would you say you eat money soup for a drink?
Get out. Get out.
Let's take us home with Batman, boys.
You missed one.
What's the?
We didn't talk about Rainbow Six.
Wait, we have a segment. We're saving it, right?
Okay.
2015.
Okay.
Wait, isn't Batman
Yeah,
on the
all
2015
right, fine. All right. Enough of this then. We'll. The show is.
I ruined everything.
No, you didn't. You're keeping us on track here.
With the crew? The crew's cool. I'm excited for the crew.
There's cars.
But that's a game that it's hard to talk about without going, yeah, it's cool. Gonna play it.
Yep, just come out.
Really? God, that's one of those games where we say we're gonna play it, and it's gonna come out, and we'll play it for 5 seconds ago.
Because it's coming out in October.
God.
No. The crew is November after Drive Club and Forza
That's
Horizon.
even worse, because I'll still be playing
worse.
alongside.
The crew's the one where you can drive all across
September?
America,
Is that
right?
allowed? Is that like a holiday?
Forza does.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's one.
Probably, maybe GTA DLC.
I hope Conquer comes in September.
All right, so 2015, the future of Xbox,
Yes.
next year and beyond from Xbox. Let's Inside Phantom Dust.
Yeah.
Crackdown, which we already kind of covered on.
Yeah.
Halo 5,
Yep.
which we only saw a brief bit of, and Scalebound from Platinum. Let's start
Kamiya's
there,
good.
Destin, because I know you're.
Scalebound?
Yeah, that's up your alley, isn't it?
No.
You're a Kamiya guy,
Not
aren't
at
you?
all.
Oh, man,
I didn't do anything for me.
I am so on board with that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a CG trailer, so it's hard to get a vibe of what the game actually is, but hopefully, I mean, as CG trailers tend to do in games, especially of late, it seems to be indicating what you're going to be doing. Getting in crazy big fights with spooky dragons, and then interacting with different ones to kind of give yourself different armors, and then tame and ride them.
Yes.
Yep.
And fight
Yep.
Hydras.
Yeah, Kamiya to me, Kamiya is one of my favorite developers coming out of Japan. He's not perfect, but he's insane, and I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, and the fact
dude
that
takes crazy risks.
and he changes everything with every game. I mean, the fact that he went from Beautiful Joe or Resident Evil 2 to Beautiful Joe to Okami to Bayonetta, and like now he's doing this. I'm like, okay, rad. I'm super stoked. And it's cool that the rare Xbox sort of Japanese initiative.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of those since
Not a lot.
Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey.
Correct.
My main issue with it was the main character. Like, I don't know who that character
Dude, bro.
is. It's just very
Dude, bro,
strange
Dudson?
character that I can't identify with.
His name's Destin.
Really?
wears
No, I don't
headphones.
know.
What a coincidence.
I mean,
He wears Beats by Dr. Dre,
Yeah,
if you happen to catch that.
I already hate him.
He's the main
Whoever he
character
is.
from The World Ends With You.
Oh God, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Phantom Dust. Are any of you guys see? I
have no idea
for
what
all
that
my
is.
Xbox past, I actually didn't play the original Phantom Dust.
You say those nouns and then just
No, same here.
There were
Vince,
some verbs and articles and adjectives in there. too.
in our war room, Vince Ingenito was just he like flipped out
hooping
when
and
that came
hollering.
on, and we were just like, I got really excited because they were like, this is I want to bring back one of my favorite franchises from the original Xbox, and I was like, it's happening. My stupid prediction is finally happening.
The Banjo robot?
No, Blinks is coming back.
Blinks, yeah.
And then it was just a bunch of dumb robots, and I was like, okay.
Well, apparently, so I'm being tweeted. We need to look into this.
Sure.
Mitch, get a news team.
Yeah.
Apparently, I believe it's the 1 minute 7 second mark. You can see in the background of the two characters starting to run at each other to fight each other. There's a big banner of Halo Wars. So is that
Really?
I'm not joking. Look it up. I've been tweeted the
Okay.
picture.
This
many
game
times.
takes place in an alternate world where people liked Halo.
Stop it. You're already on thin ice with me with Conquer.
what other Xbox brands can we just diminish today?
So we will see if we can get Microsoft to comment on that.
That does not make
like, is Ensemble working
the Phantom
on it or
Dust
something?
trailer.
Ensemble's dead.
Yeah, like ex-devs or something? That's weird.
I don't know, but did the Phantom Dust trailer do anything for
Nope.
you guys? Because it didn't for me. I will say it was two people running at each other in a modern setting. I don't know what it is, what it's about, and it seemed like it went over. It was supposed to be, hey, we're bringing back this cult classic thing for you guys. This is a move for you gamers, and it seems like it went over pretty flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, what?
Especially in terms of like, just to bring up the Sony podcast, that when they sort of did that
Sony
same thing with Grim
briefing?
Fandango. Oh, yeah. It's like a
We have a Sony
podcast, but it's
Podcast Beyond.
real life and
Yeah,
a
and
video.
incredibly expensive.
Yeah,
Grim
but
Fandango.
when they did that with Grim Fandango, like everyone blew up. So that's sort of, I don't know if that's just the divide. Obviously, Tim Schafer's adventure game is different than Phantom Dust, which is sort of a niche Xbox game.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I appreciate any sort of nostalgic, fan service.
Yeah.
I like that. So it's not for me, but if you like Phantom Dust, this is good for you.
And then we got nothing from Halo 5 except for a brief sort of CG tease thing with Agent Locke, the character that apparently is going to hunt Master Chief, and red versus blue teams running at each other for 5 seconds.
But we know the beta dates now. It's December 27th through January 22nd.
Which is crazy.
It's a month.
Yeah.
That's going to be a nice little post-Christmas present.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get your Xbox One, get your Master Chief collection.
Get all your dumb
beta
family
key.
out of your family.
Yeah.
Happy
house.
New Year, Xbox owners.
Yeah,
Right
there
there,
you go.
right? Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see what, and Frank was on our live show, this stage, saying, yeah, we fully intend to take feedback from that beta and apply it to the final version of the game. That's why they're doing it so early.
10 months to do so, because I think it's probably November.
Almost certainly. Yeah, bet the farm on that one.
So then, I guess
And,
Batman.
last one, the big one, Inside. Let's
Ooh,
talk about
yeah.
Inside in detail. I want to hear from all of you, starting with Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, it's Playdead doing another moody, sort of monochromatic with hints of color, platformer, puzzly thing with weird themes that, to me, just screams like depression. And,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just like you're in the mind of a kid who's talking to his therapist. Like, my mind's already like, what could it be? It's all weird and abstract and kind of like it's a
The art direction's incredible.
Yeah.
It's great.
Those guys are insane. And like
Where are they?
Sweden, Denmark.
Yeah, they're
Denmark.
Yeah, it's one of those sad Northern European countries. Not sad in the like
long winter, and they just
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's the Westeros of America, of Earth.
winter is coming.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the original Limbo is such this incredible tone piece, and to me, it's one of those definitive games of the 360.
It is my favorite Xbox Live arcade game.
Yeah, and I mean, it's it's
doubt.
really cool that it's coming back to Xbox One. It's
First on Xbox.
Yeah,
One as
yeah,
well
and it's
in
cool.
this
Yeah,
case.
they're showing they're showing for love for for all intents and purposes the love they got on Xbox Live is what made them what they are today.
That is true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very stoked.
You brought up the art direction right away,
Yeah.
and I think you could take any frame from Limbo or possibly this new one, and it could just be a piece of art
So-
that you could put on your wall.
It's funny you say that. I was at Microsoft a few months ago, like in Microsoft Game Studios on their campus, and there's a wall near Phil Spencer's office that actually has, I don't even know what to call them because they're not prints, they're not paintings. They're scenes from Limbo framed on the wall, but it's like clear background
You were showing me that.
with,
yeah,
I have pictures on my
yeah,
phone,
where it's
but
like glass and then
glass and then like the black.
It's like a various layers and like a
silhouette
diorama.
thing. Yeah,
almost.
it's a layered thing. I seriously almost was like, forget this, whatever I'm here for. I'm going to take this off the wall and run out
Forget
the
this
door.
job / livelihood.
Forget this thing that
Sorry, family, but we got some sweet art.
they couldn't possibly have security cameras in there. But so
As long as they don't have a dude with a hammer.
it totally Inside won you over as well, Destin.
Oh yeah, totally. And like just seeing those first moments with the child, you
Yeah.
get a little emotional. Like, who is this kid? Why is he lost? Who's
Yeah.
that person he's going after?
Marty,
And
you're
I can't
always
wait to
people
explore.
looking at.
You're our resident indie champion.
yeah,
What did it do for you?
It did everything for me, and it was that it's we've been waiting a long time to hear from those guys. It's funny, them and The Witness. It's like those two, to me, Braid and Limbo are the two games that defined the 360
agree with that. I
Xbox
agree
Live
with
indie
that.
space. And so it's cool that now we're finally seeing what they're doing with their software efforts. I'm all aboard this.
Yeah, it's again, as I said earlier, for me, it's it's top 3 of the Xbox conference, Master Chief Collection, Inside, and
Conquer.
And Crackdown. Project Spark. Yeah. All right. So to close out.
Yeah. We
Game
already
of the
spoiled
show.
it. You already spoiled it. Oh, no, that was game of your conference. I'm sorry.
Game of the show.
Yeah.
We're still in progress, subject to
Yes.
change slightly.
Okay.
But talk to me. Start with Destin. Let's just run right down the line. Destin, what's between the conferences and what you saw on the show floor today? I know, again, caveat, we've got 2 more days here at E3, but
That's true.
What is your game of the show so far?
It's really tough to pick right now. I love Mortal Kombat. Batman looked amazing. But there's 2 that have really stuck out to me. The one I'm not going to pick is Rainbow Six, is the new Rainbow Six. I have to go with No Man's Sky, which unfortunately isn't coming to the Xbox platform.
Do we know that?
No.
It's a timed exclusive, I think. I think it's PlayStation first.
I interviewed him today, and he would not even say the word Xbox.
Well, but that's...
Maybe he was put under a curse.
He said
we
it's
don't want
launching
people
on the
to jump to
PlayStation
conclusions.
4.
Yeah.
But a lot of people on Twitter wanted me to ask if it's coming to Xbox, and he said, not now. You know.
Not
Yeah,
now.
I mean, that's not, that doesn't mean never. Never say never.
True.
Mighty Ducks.
Anyway, that was my game of the show.
Goonies
Man's
never
Sky.
say die.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Did you get to play it, or was it a guided demo? Or did
I
you
get
just
to
talk
play it. We just talked
So
about
what
it.
impresses you about it?
Yeah.
What, I mean, what,
everyone loves it, but
yeah.
like,
Why is it Destin's game of the show?
Remember in Mass Effect where you could kind of actually go to planets and then land on them,
Yes.
then drive around and explore them? It's like that taken to the next level.
Yeah.
You can just fly, land right on planets, no loading times at all. Just that whole exploration aspect.
Yeah.
And being able to do whatever you want. Mitch and I were talking before the show, and it's just like, I want to go to a planet and then like destroy it and try and enslave the people.
I did
Like
not
just
say
make
this.
this,
Whoa, this got dark.
make a terrible place and just see if I can do that.
I mean, the things they've said is, in theory, there's a finite of everything in the universe, and you could just make a species extinct for everyone who plays this
Right?
game.
Right?
Or you could, like, mine every thing of this one element, and you become this, like, warlord. Like, that sounds so
This
awesome.
game is going to be EVE Online.
I guess that's true. I guess that game already exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really stoked for it, too. My big thing is everything they've said is amazing. It's 4 guys.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know how to make games.
Ten
Let's give him a
now.
fifth
I don't know
guy.
how to make games. I definitely don't know how to make that game.
He
I
said
want
it's a team
to
of 10 now.
Oh,
Okay,
so
that's
they
I
have
want
to
to caveat
expand.
that by saying Dust and Elysian Tale.
One guy.
Dean Dodrill.
Yeah.
One man.
One man not trying to make an infinite, endless space game that lives forever.
That's true. But
Nevertheless,
it is
not
impressive. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right, No Man's Sky from Destin. Mitch, game of the show
Yeah,
so
I mean,
far.
No Man's Sky, if we're talking games that just in terms of sheer existence,
Things that are going to be on
like,
Xbox.
man, No Man's Sky
if you
is
can.
like the thing that I have wanted since I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
To be able to just go to a planet, land on it, poke around, look at the wildlife, look at the habitats, look at like what's here, what lived here, what could live here. That sense of discovery is like just magic. I love that. But in terms of things I've played, Rainbow Six is the truth.
Woo.
Yes.
That game is like such a smart, methodical, thoughtful shooter in a way that I just didn't expect, especially after Patriots was this loud, explosive, scripted,
Cinematic
first-person
thing, yeah.
shooter bang game that
Yeah,
looked
like you said, it
kinda
felt like
dumb.
Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Not
they
in
just-
like a
of course,
pejorative
influenced
way,
by
but
what Call of Duty does
yeah.
well, but not doing it quite as well. And this is, I mean, it is multiplayer first is their mantra, and they are totally on with that. It is absolutely a multiplayer game first. The multiplayer stuff is really strong, and I cannot wait to play more.
Marty?
Got 4 categories.
Oh, dear.
Non-Xbox game of the show is Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Game of the show that I've already played before is Evolve.
Fair enough.
Game of the show that I've played for the first time is Batman Arkham Knight. I got to play that for...
You played it?
You
Yeah, I
played
played
it?
it for...
Played Batman.
I played it for 40 minutes.
I need to go do
wow.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to the WB booth. Play. Okay. That game is incredible. Like, delay that game as long as you want.
And they will.
Oh, sure. I mean, but the thing that surprises me most is going into this, I wasn't sold on the Batmobile. I think I said that before on the podcast. Like, I was like, I don't want the Batmobile. I like
You
the
mean
idea.
because you're dead inside?
Because I got my driver's license taken away. No, because I thought like the thing about Batman is like the aerial traversal is so good in the game that I'm like, oh, other games do driving. I don't want just don't toss that in there. But the Batmobile is now one of Batman's gadgets.
Yeah.
And the way you can use it, whether Batman's in it or not in it, the way it could go from being a car to a tank that can strafe.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the rubber bullets, please?
So,
Can you tell your rubber bullets?
So the whole thing we've all been
dead.
wondering is like, well, Batman's obviously murdering people in this car. But no, when he just had, so it's a machine gun when you're shooting like robots or bad guys or like cars or anything. But when you start targeting a human, it turns to rubber bullets. And then I'm like, okay. And so I just ran over a body multiple times. And I'm like, so do I have pillar wheels now? Like, what's going on? But it doesn't matter. I mean, Batman, that game is insanely gorgeous. Best thing in the show. Didn't get to play it, but got to see a 25-minute demo. Was Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Nice.
It was all game. I mean, it was like a minute cutscene, all gameplay. The rest of it. The thing was absolutely stunning. It is ostensibly an open-world RPG sequel to Peace Walker.
Wow.
The game doesn't take itself seriously in the gameplay.
Mitch just peed himself behind the desk.
The box comes back. You can do whatever you want. There's a
Got
horse.
that Fulton delivery system?
A horse pooped. You can Fulton delivery. You can have a parachute come down, grab a bunch of goats. They go back to your base. You can go hang out in your base and build it. Goats are just chilling. Goats are straight
crazy.
chill. You can fill your base up with goats. And a tank.
And
goats.
I
Oh my
will.
God, that's a goat base.
I mean, everything about it. I'm like, all right, Kojima, you're insane. I want to be inside your head.
No, you don't.
Yep. God, no.
All right, when we'll close the segment and our special podcast Unlocked, E3 edition, I'll go with my pick. I have to go with my man, Mitch. Rainbow Six Siege. It blew me away at the Ubisoft conference yesterday. I mean, Master Chief Collection is close because it's just, that game does everything I could possibly want it to do.
But
and
you've been there before.
I've played it before, but it's been so long
Yeah.
because Microsoft has not enabled me to play those games.
Yeah.
Halo 1 I could never play online on Xbox
Halo
with my
2
Xbox
servers are
friends.
down.
Halo 2's been down forever, so they're doing everything they could possibly do, every multiplayer map. But yeah, Rainbow Six is, I've been a Rainbow fan for a long, long time, and just it's tactical and it's team-based, and it's just not another fast action, go wing it on your own shooter. Like you chat with your buddies. I love that what I didn't even understand until we played it today, Mitch, was that there's the Gears of War horde mode style. The enemies set up defenses. Mm-hmm. They barricade the windows. They can lay down razor wire. There are classes.
Is there like a currency system that you have X amount?
No,
to
you
spend
can
now?
but you only have a short amount
limited.
of time
Oh, so it's
before
like-
the match starts.
It's like, oh my God,
resources
yeah.
get
What do we want
limits.
to do?
You've got 30
cool.
seconds. Prep as much as you can.
As fast as you can.
And then when you start playing, I mean, you can, there's all that destruction. You blow holes in the walls, blow holes in the ceiling to drop through the floor, but you can not only use that for offense, but you can use it for defense too. Like, a guy's out there, like, I'm gonna shoot a hole through this wall and just take him out. And it's one shot, one kill. Mitch, as soon as we started playing, I'm like, yes, I'm so thrilled to play this game. I can't wait. We get in there, we rappel up to the roof, we go in. We're about to go in through an upstairs window. I'm behind. I think it might have been the Ubisoft guy playing with us. He's got the shield, so I'm behind him with his shield. That was you.
Yep.
So you've got your
did my
shield,
job.
and I'm like peeking around, looking in the window, and just the bullet went whoosh, and I dropped instantaneously, and I was thrilled. I was like, yes, one shot. This is what
You didn't even get into that.
this is what I want. This is what I want from Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
And then because every game now has the kill cam that Call of Duty started.
Yeah.
So it showed it from the enemy guy's perspective, and sure enough, like from his view, you could see like just my head in a little corner over Mitch's shoulder, and I'm sure he wasn't even aiming for me. But just the bullet just happened to go past his shield and just right into my skull, and it was awesome. And then after that, I got to do some of the destruction and teamwork.
You got to actually not die.
Yeah, and it's just like
Fire
that.
your gun.
Yeah, as Mitch said, I mean, hashtag Rainbow Six is the truth.
Whoa,
For sure.
That's a long hashtag.
It's a little much.
The game was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
stoked.
go play tomorrow.
Somebody asked me, do I like it better or not than Evolve? They're just they're total apples and
incomparable.
oranges, and I love them both. I don't love one more than the
Yeah.
other, but yeah, I mean, my game of the show is so far. I haven't played Batman yet, but as of today, first day, it is Rainbow Six
Hype train.
Siege.
I'm stoked.
So, as I pull up our time codes here, that brings us to the end of our Podcast Unlocked Super E3 edition.
Yeah.
This was episode 149. Hope you enjoyed it from our E3 live show stage. That is Destin Legary, who is at Destin Legary. There's just too much. We're not even going to plug stuff because the whole website is just full
everything
of,
that we do.
ign.com.
You guys have already consumed everything. Just keep consuming it. You guys
please
are amazing.
do. And thank you for, by the way, we've gotten a ton of supportive, a lot of just like kind tweets of people saying, hey, thank you for all your work and coverage this week.
Yeah.
So really appreciate the love from everybody. That's Mitch Dyer at Mitchy D on Twitter. And also our Dota or MOBA, whatever you're doing, podcast.
YouTube.com/IGN-Arena. Don't miss it.
IGN
Subscribe.
Arena. Yeah. You're cheating on
Like
me.
and subscribe.
Podcast
comment,
cheating.
Rate, and I don't know.
Keep me on when that banjo MOBA's on.
Banjoba.
At McBiggity.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah. Love you.
You're amazing.
Aw.
And you can find me at DMC_Ryan. I want to thank our video producer, Sean Finnegan, for
Love you,
staying
Finny.
late
He's behind the
to
yeah.
do this bad boy.
You're welcome.
There he is. So for the guys, this has been Podcast Unlocked, episode 149, special E3 edition. We'll be back in our boring little studio for episode 150, where I have nothing special planned because it's been E3 and I haven't had time to.
Like whiskey.
Maybe we'll celebrate
that.
at 151. Actually, no, we have 8-bit ale.
Bringing
That a listener sent us. So we'll
We're doing it.
We'll celebrate with those. We'll
bottle.
see you guys next week back in San Francisco.